I've got a video that will help you in these trying times. What's it about? Ooh, it's good enough.
A better you starts today.
Attention Adelaide Wollongong and Katoomba, I'm coming with my live, raunchiest show ever to your towns. Get your tickets, links below. What is it about though? Well, I've done something that is very peculiar for my standards. I have written something down. After years of telling you to write something down, I've finally taken some of my own medicine. And it is a little quote that has helped me monumentally throughout the years. Something that brings a tear to my eye. Well, when I say that, I'm completely lying. It's not that bad at all. It is not something that should make you cry. If it does make you cry, let me know in the comments. And I will send you a personal onion to keep the tears going. F*** you. Now, here's the... would you like to write this down, young man? Young platypuses? That's what I'm going to call you from now on. I've just decided. You're my young platypuses. That's my little group name. You know how, like, I don't know, all the kids... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my god. That was even lazier than the intro. So, here we go, my little platypuses. You are going to write this down. Write this down. Identifying with your stream of consciousness is pure ego. Let's discuss. Don't you think that the internet is a bit unhinged? Don't you think that the internet is a bit unhinged? Don't you? Don't you think that everybody who chronically comments online is clearly, severely mentally ill? So prove that you are by writing in the comments and tell me about all of your experiences and how this video personally offended you and how this video was talking specifically to you. And yes, it is talking to you right now. No, you're not insane. Yes, the person on the television is addressing you. Write it down. Write down all your little thoughts. But the thing is that you see it constantly, right? Like, you see that, yeah, okay, people that do write comments sometimes, very rarely, write comments that are not completely batshit crazy. But most of the time, people do. If you go down there, like, to any news.com article ever, don't you think that everything that it ever says is, I don't know, like, Anthony Albanese announces budget surplus is 2% greater than originally anticipated. And then people in the bottom will be like, should be hanged for treason. Okay, that's a pretty extreme response to what is like mildly good news. Yeah? And then, I don't know, you'll go over to like Elle magazine and you look at all the comments and Kim Kardashian's things down there about Kim Kardashian, she's really let herself go, she is really ugly. And it's like, but okay, all right. Maybe if Elle Macpherson from the 90s traveled into the future to write that comment, she might be able to say that. But Elle Macpherson now, look at yourself, you ghoul. Don't you think that that's it? Like, most people that are constantly commenting online, it is this projection of pure ego. And there is nothing there that is really stopping them from writing exactly what's like on their minds and be like, ugh. So you get to see the insights into the true dumbassery of human beings and the large smorgasbord of them. I'm really my engagement for this video, but you'll forget, because everybody forgets everything on the internet. No one remembers what day it is anymore. It's all one digital haze. And so let's just put this into the ether. Let's put this into the ether because I think that this is a really good point. When you're getting in arguments online, when you're seeing things that are angering you, when you're sitting there being like, I don't like this Joe Rogan character, or whatever the complaint of the month is, let's just separate this for a second. What is happening there? This is your stream of consciousness co-aligning with another stream of consciousness, and those stream of consciousnesses are obviously going to be different because you have had a different life. Even if you have had the exact same life, going to the same high school, in the same city, in the same apartment block. And you're twins for some reason as well. And, I don't know, you were separated at birth and coincidentally the mum of the other one that picked you up just moved next door. So, look, I'm sure that we can all relate to this scenario. But the point is that purely just by you existing and absorbing things in different rooms at different times, you are going to have different perspectives. You are going to have a different stream of consciousness to the other person that you are interacting with. Isn't it amazing how you see that all of these chronically online psychos, and this is something that we always need to remember, right? The more insane you are, the more self-obsessed you are. It is a one-to-one correlation. Insanity is always linked to some form of narcissism. Always. There is always, because I love this stat. I know I've said it before, but it's just so good. People in insane asylums use the word I 10 times as much as the average surplus population. That's people who aren't in insane asylums, according to me now. The surplus population, the really unimportant people, the riffraff. Now let's go back to the borderline personality disorders that are writing excrement on their walls. What are you doing with your life? You're not doing that. You're not being as creative, are you? So, if this is the case, that you see these kind of people, because they are chronically online all the time and they are interacting with one another, you get to see how insane people interact, yeah? And what is the big giveaway every time? Zero tolerance for other people's perspective. This is why every time I ever this is why I like mentioning Jordan Peterson on this channel every now and then, just to f off all the annoying obsessive Redditors that watch this channel, just so they go away and they're just like, unsubscribed, and it's like, good, thank f the worst human beings imaginable, right? Like that bread-tubey type of psycho that is, you know, perpetually lurking that sort of like online left. It's just like, who wants to be associated with these losers? Yeah? People that see Marxism as this sort of like fashion trend, and they've all got their all little unique little interpretations of what they think Marx said. And it's like, I can guarantee you one thing, it'd be absolutely wrong with all of you, seeing as you really don't even understand why like negative gearing exists. You know, like you don't even understand basic things like that. I really don't think that you're grasping Das Kapital. At least I've got the knowledge to know that I'm a dumbass that doesn't. You know? But there's always that type of person online that sees it. So the reason that I'm pointing to this person is that this is a hyper example of what is happening in everybody's mind right now, which is that why they are interacting in the world like that is they cannot, especially because they're usually losers that have like very little interaction with the outside world. So they create this little alternate universe in their head. And it's the same type of people that were, you know, once, I don't know, Pepe Frog guys on Reddit. Now they've seemed to have moved into that realm of, or I don't know, but like they're kind of like two ends of the same coin. Yeah? These people, the reason that they are like this is because they are so entrenched with their stream of consciousness that they think that their stream of consciousness is reality. The wisest people on earth don't take their thoughts seriously. And isn't that an incredible buffer to have? All of those thoughts that you have when you're going to bed at night thinking like, I'm a loser, I'm not even married, I've got no kids, my ovaries are drying up. All of that feels really real in your head. It feels real. Know that there are enlightened beings out there that they hear all of those thoughts going through their head, and they're even above the point of arguing with it. We've talked about cognitive behavioral therapy before here, where you can just argue with your stream of consciousness, which I still think is an incredible tool. It's really important. Go back and check out that video. Oops, you can't, can you? Because it's on my Patreon for 3 extra videos a week. You get to sign up and you can see. You should do it though. You really should. You are getting the price of a life coach. These are very expensive implements, and you are getting it for the price of a chocolate bar. And you're getting more access to it than you would if you did have a life coach, because it is just somebody there every day telling you, push forward, move towards your goals. Hey, stop focusing on bullshit. Let's get you to where you want to go in life. Nothing is going to excel you faster. There are so many people that come up to me and they say things like, I listen to your little lessons, if you will. I listen to your little lessons first thing in the morning when I'm going off to work. It's just a little 10 minutes. Look, think about this today. Bam. It's like one of those calendars where you're like, oh, I'm definitely going to be reading this every single day of the year, except for you never do. But you listen to me because it's easier than not. So, sign up to that. But I do want to get back to this. Insane people are very linked to their stream of consciousness. Uninsane people are not. Uninsane people see that everything that they think, if that they are ascribing in that moment, that what they are thinking, that is reality, what they are really doing, this is where East meets West, ego attachment. That is pure ego attachment. When you are attached to your stream of consciousness, if you think that at that moment is just like, yep, that's what's going down, if anyone disagrees with that, they're like, that is a guaranteed recipe to life of having, you know, like basically just a very bad quality of life. Nobody liking you, you finding it difficult. Look at this list. You want to write this list down as well. The ego wants to feel special. Yep, that's why we identify with our stream of consciousness, because only I understand how the world really is. Ego loves to be in conflict with others. Yeah, again, because it's just this endless thing of just like stream of consciousness. Oh, I identify something that's slightly different in this other stream of consciousness. F you, right? Ego needs enemies, and the ego needs to feel right. That's why it likes to attach itself to whatever you are thinking. Whatever you are thinking, if you start identifying with it at that point, this is me, these thoughts are me, as opposed to what it really is, which is just a bunch of random bullshit that you have accumulated through just walking through life, that kind of just garbage swirls in there and comes out. When you are in that mode, notice how much easier life feels. Like, this no longer is reality. Out here is. And then you should see the difference in your mental health. You should see the difference in how easy it is to make friends. This is something else that we'll link to from a previous video where we were talking about bids. The reason that you are able to bid better, or like see other people bidding for your attention better, is because once you identify that that stream of consciousness is completely irrelevant and you shouldn't be paying attention to it, and when it's saying like, say this thing now, what's happening? In an interaction with someone, when you're sitting there and you're saying like, say this thing now, you've broken reality. What the reality is that is happening around you when it's just like, now say this witty thing. It never works. Sometimes it works. I lie. But you've got a better chance of succeeding if you are just there. And the way that you break it, I think, is to just note this one definitive factor about life. If you are identifying with your stream of consciousness, you are identifying with your ego. I think I've said that enough now.